Live. Hello. Yeah, it said 15 minutes from now, but I started early because just gave myself some headway because I actually didn't know how long that E5 movies is gonna go. That was a good one. I enjoyed that greatly. How's it going? How's the flisms? How's the tisms? All the good stuff. Hope they're going good. Minecraft skip death. No, next stuff. There's no way to kill him. Yeah. Mootle destination. Oh, yeah. So, you guys need to tell me if the scheduled live stream showed up for you guys in your subscription box, because it did not show up on my archive channel at all, and I don't know why. Just decided to not push it out, I guess. One of those weird YouTube flisms. Showed up for you? Okay, then it's good. Maybe it was just a tism on. Didn't show up for you. Okay, so I was wondering that. Because I never had that. Normally I can just click on it and then share the community post over on the archive channel. That's just the first time I saw that. Just wondering if there's some shenanigans going on with Rings of Power coverages, because my last coverage of Rings of Power from last week, that one fucking flatlined in the analytics the first couple of hours. And I don't know why. After that, it went up normally, but then was already out for too long. I'm getting my first experiences with the weird YouTube algorithm stuff. It's just really interesting to see. Because normally, you put out a video or a stream, it goes into the ether, and then normally it goes like up, and then it starts to flatline. But this one was flatlining, then went up a little bit, and then, yeah, it's pooped itself. Interesting stuff. It's the first time I've ever experienced that, but I guess I should probably be getting used to that. So yeah, what's going on? What's going on, everybody? Everybody recovered from the She-Hulk coverage last night. That was a good stream. I really enjoyed that last She-Hulk stream. That was fun stuff. That was fun stuff. Let me open up that Dr. Pepper, which is my last one for the week. Need to get more next week. Watch your Mario Direct. I didn't watch the Mario Direct. I watched that trailer though. Visually pretty cool. Looks visually pretty great. But I'm not like hyped for it or anything. But it looks pretty neat. Obviously the voice is just normal Chris Pratt voice, which is pretty distracting. That was a bit weird, but I guess that's what they're going for. But yeah, like Jack Black as Bowser, he is. I think he's doing. He did pretty good there, right away. That was pretty cool. Yeah, I mean, I'll probably check it out if it comes out. I forgot the date when it comes out, but yeah, looks like it could be neat. Could be neat. But yeah, it's going that. Is that the foundation this episode is built on as a whole? Yeah. Final Destination ending always makes me laugh. Yeah, it's funny. Thoughts on Endor so far? I still only have watched the first 3 episodes. I need to watch 2 of them tomorrow, and then you'll get some coverage on that tomorrow at some point. As I said yesterday, either live or recorded. I'm not sure yet. You will see. So yeah, I actually don't know how many people actually got the notification or, the pop-up that I'm streaming. Let me check my flames right now. Let me see here. YouTube. I mean, it should surely pop up now, right? Yeah, now that I'm live, it popped up. I get a feeling it was not distributed all the way, because there was like parts yes, parts no in chat. So I don't know if there was some shenanigans, because it didn't pop up for me. Notifications always do. That's good. Visual is pretty nice. I can vibe to Bowser's voice in Mario is what I'd expected. Like some sort of isekai story about Chris Pratt becoming Mario. Comes out in April. I see. Oh my god, there's a fortune. No one told me. See? That's what I mean. Yeah, the schedule didn't show up for some people apparently, and it's really really annoying. But apparently, it should be now there for live consumption. So it's pretty good. Looks like they've tried Mario being off in a Mario movie is a big red flag, though it's not like it is bit. It's the OG Sonic movie driver, so it'll probably just be middling. Yeah, we'll see how they do. It could be fun. Could be a fun tism. Who knows? Who knows? But yeah, visually it looks pretty darn cool. I was digging the visuals. The only thing I found off putting was the voice acting. Pretty excited for the movie though. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Yeah, I hope it's gonna be fun. That would be nice. That would be nice. Mario movie will have Pantera in the soundtrack like Sonic 2. You know what? I don't think so. But who knows what crazy stuff they're gonna do. Actually, the first line was Chris Pratt, but then the Let's Go line sounded like Chris Pratt tried to do the voice, which is very weird. Huh. Interesting. Mario showing no world he knows nothing about to show off his name. Insane athletic ability. Also might score some crack from Toad. Nice. No fairness, I was cooking, but still can't miss a forge. Damn right. I want to talk more about Final Destination. Fuck you, chat. Final Destination was fun. That's a fun franchise. For sure. Oh boy. No, we talk about Volcano Ash not killing main characters. Or actually a lot of characters. Doesn't seem to be very, very deadly to, well, most people. But we'll get there immediately when we start because, oh boy. Because Mario Final Destination, and that's something I would pay to see. Final Destination is out as well. Man, time slipped away from me. Yeah, I actually moved this forge to now because I wanted to watch the the premiere of it. Because I haven't watched the videos yet. I didn't proof watch them or anything, so I was experiencing them as everyone else was for the first time. That's good stuff. Someone made an animated thing and said Chris Pratt sounded like Linda from Bob's Burger. Oh my god, it's funny as fuck. That means nothing to me, I'm afraid. I only heard of Bob's Burger. I've never seen it or know the voices. And before James, you haven't seen this. What the fuck? Oh, it's just a wow. Oh, that was underwhelming. How dare you not doing exact thing that I predicted? You bastard. I said they would spawn and chart dummy corpses and keep the entire extra cast around, and it looks like they did. Man, this you racist, for he loves the show. Kevilo did some great work in the edit, cut me a few times. Oh yeah, absolutely. It was good stuff. Really, really good stuff. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Anything else crazy even happening? I don't know. I don't think anything happened. I mean, I basically woke up, started work, watched Rings of Power, then some friendos came over for a little bit for some kofefe, then they fucked off, then I watched this, and now I'm here, so not really a lot that's been happening since I went offline last night. You can send it to Fringy then, since he likes you more. Maybe I can. Emin is not confirmed feminem. I mean, we know that it's a her, right? We kind of looked like it. Ragnarok has gone gold. Oh, nice. That's pretty cool. Man, I hope that's gonna be good. I just really hope it's gonna be good. Please don't poop on my game. Please don't do it. Just please don't do it. Also, by the way, the memberships, emojis that you guys unlocked, I put 2 new ones in for the members. You now have a Charlie emote, and you have a Mootle Horny emote. So I put these right in there for you to enjoy, but only if you're a member, or you have BTTV, I guess. So now it's another 5 members until I get 2 more slots. So yeah, if you haven't become a member yet, you totally should, because you get cool emojis. And that's it. That's what you get. You get to be green in chat. That's pretty cool too. I bet you liked it, you little slut. Oh man. Good stuff. Cool emotes. That's some pretty cool emotes. Those are some pretty cool emotes. I'm trying to think if there was anything else that I meant to mention, but I can't think of anything right now. Chat me up, chat. Is there something I forgot? Something that came up? Something that's happening? Release the IR cut is trending again, so that's cringe. I'm just looking at at the trends, but it doesn't seem to be anything interesting. I mean, those are trends for me, so there you go. That doesn't mean anything apparently. EFAB, Metals Forge TM. Wait, I mean yeah, we just all watched that. Now we're here, so we just talked about it, I guess. I get emotes and get to pay metal. Greatest trade deal of the century. It is. And if you don't take advantage of it, you don't get the stongs. Play better games, I don't know. I'm playing amazing games, James. How dare you? Just because I don't play your shit games you always recommend. Play Destroy All Humans. Nah, it's so good. Actually, might be good. I don't know. But, you know. You presented that to me on a silver platter. I had to take it, right? I mean, I had to take it. I had to take it. Gotta get the TM metal or the titania. Will do it behind your back. Oh my fucking bigot. Gotta play the bad Silent Hills as well. I guess so. I guess it's like every single one after 3 considered bad. I don't think 4 is like super well liked. Florence, I'm gonna kick your ass. I actually don't know on what pace I am on Silent Hill 2. Where did I stop last night? I forgot already. Not last night, 2 nights ago. I think it was in the... Yeah, I forgot. Should I get the best endings in Silent Hill 1 and 2? Nah, I'm good for now. Maybe I'll do that at some point when I have nothing else going on. But there's loads of stuff I want to play. Silent Shattered Memories ain't too bad. I see. Alright, Force terrible game design. It's a weird one with the room. Yeah, I don't know. That's the only one you can get on PC on GOG, as I mentioned before. So there you go. That's pretty cool. Let's see, I think I gave people enough time to get in. I actually don't know. I expect this to be a pretty slow stream because I have a feeling my stream hasn't been pushed out properly. So most people probably didn't even realize that's happening today. But yeah, I guess that's just the YouTube magic that works against you sometimes. That's fine. We'll have fun anyway, right? Right? You can still call me names, chat. It doesn't matter. You all get to enjoy this one way or another with going through this till the end. So yeah. How come you play Commander Shepard? Slow stream, should I get a check? That's a prostate cancer symptom. I actually don't think you're streaming right now. I think you're lying. Oh shit. Oh yeah, let's start streaming. My lunch break is over. Damn it. I think I'm just gonna jump right in because most of the things we talked about. So let's do this schlism. Antitism. Where's my flim flams? Where's my flim flam button? Hey Metals, I saw you on the Final Destination vid. Oh god, that's a coincidence. It's death after me now? Ah! Oh no, Bally, stop it. Come on, James, it ain't like you won't watch the stream while working. He's gonna listen to it, probably. Oh, right, I should probably open this up and do whoop. Rings of Power, the best thing you've ever seen in the Amazons. I'm already losing my mind. So do you know how we left off last time? Everything exploding, pyro flim flams flows, pyroclastic flows. That was great. So basically everyone is dead now, right? That's what's happened, right? But no, Galadriel just wakes up and is covered in ash, and just gets up. It's covered in ash. People call it Cheeto dust because of the lighting, because everything is so red, which is that's kind of funny, I guess. So yeah, she stands up. Apparently, aside from the ash on her, she seems to be pretty fine. So there's a lot of fire around her. No breathing issues or anything. She might do a cough. I think. Don't remember if she does even a cough. But yeah, she's kind of wakes up here, just kind of watching around, you know. But yeah, apparently this thing was. Oh right, yeah. There's this horse running around with its back on fire. So that horse was. Oh god, VLC is already like, please stop. So yeah, there's this horse running beside her. It's just on fire. It was like, oh, that poor horse. That's yeah. So poor horsey. That's probably not gonna survive. Well, we then see a couple of people who seem to be dead, lying in the ashes. Weren't so lucky after all. Not charred though. They're just dead. So I don't know if they just succumbed to the ashes or the smoke. I do not know. So yeah, but she just kind of looks around. I think we see like some people just running around in the background. So there's some extras that are running around that were not affected for some reason. Just looking for survivors. So yeah, just look at this destruction. So there's still things on fire. So this pyroclastic. Is it pyroclastic? That's just kind of a tongue twister for me. I don't know. It's just, just went through. Some things were burned. Some were not. Some people apparently suffocated. Some people didn't. Horses are on fire. Buildings are on fire. That's pretty much universal. Like, basically all the houses we see are like destroyed or on fire or anything. Before Grace the show, do you research on volcanoes and explosions? They aren't nearly as harmful as you think. Ash has many health benefits. Oh, so we just flipped the issues then. Why are they dead? That's bullshit. So yeah, but the main thing is she is perfectly fine. But so seems to be this person over here who's just looking for survivors, I think. Immortal, please tell me she's dead. I'm so sorry. I can't make that promise. Because she's very much alive. Very alive. But she still have hair. We should have full bald Galadriel for me out. So I've seen yeah. I don't know. She's alive, sadly. Why are the humans perfectly fine? So that's the thing. Throughout this episode, we see different kinds of injuries to these people. Some people have like lost legs. That's like a little further down the episode. But I'm gonna get this now. I'm gonna talk about this now because it's pretty much important. If you've seen the thumbnail of this episode, you see this charred face, and you wanna, which character is this? I don't know. It's some random civvy. And he is completely charred. Like his head, his face, he's completely fucked over. So I don't know how like some get charred, some lose legs, some get stabbed, maybe by the orcs. I don't know. Like these should all be universally fucked over. Hellbrand got stabbed by something. And I'm not even sure if that was made by this or an orc, because they apparently found them somewhere on the road. So yeah, it's very weird. Go away, bot. Alright, I like 10 times survived during Danny's cookout. Sorry, Metal, you don't get the reference, dingus. You are correct by that. So online I've seen some defense of that, where apparently, I guess like this magical stuff defense, and I've also seen someone say she's a demigod kind of thingy. So it's okay. I never got the impression that she is. I don't think she has that kind of power. At least not until she gets the rings, because that's when she gets like really powerful, right? Like she's not like super invincible or anything. So I'm not sure about that. If that would be the case, it's definitely not showed in the show. So yeah, I don't know. Not sure about this. I mean, I'm happy to be convinced otherwise, but I am under no impression that this is a thing that would apply to her. But then again, even if that were the case, she should be here and everyone else should still be dead. So that would just fix her tisms, I would say. To Claude, any comparison, Legolas still struggles against an avalanche. They aren't superhuman. Yeah, I mean, I think they lived like with the Valar at some point. So maybe they're seen as like godly at some point. I mean, in the original trilogy, they kind of see her as almost a deity when we see them talking about the Fellowship. When they see Galadriel for the first time, they're like, "Oh shit, it's her!" Oh, da 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 da. So yeah, but that's all after the Ring Wars and her becoming one of the whatever she is, gets the ring and stuff. I would need to check my references for that. That's just very, very bluntly straight out of my brain, which, as I said, I haven't watched the original trilogy in quite a while, which I want to change again, soon, because it's been quite a bit. But yeah, it's I'm not on board with that, the defense, if you will. Anyway, so yeah, there's a lot of death and whatever. Horses are on fire. This is already where I've written down my notes. Oh, so all the main characters will still be alive, right? And yeah, that's basically what happens. Everyone we need is gonna be alive. Anyway, so she kind of walks around, calls out for Hellbrand and Elendil. But she finds Theo because he's looking for his mother. And yeah, Theo's alive, finds him shouting for her and Elendil. Many characters gonna fuck off. So we kind of pan to the right. And pretty close by them. Like right now, we panned like a little bit to the right. There's this guy lying on fire, crawling, still alive. I really hope they didn't see that. Because, man, they did not look to help them at all. Like, this is like a pan over. If you check here, it goes like over here. And then it pans over to this guy. It's a bit too long. I'm a bit scared of copyright. So yeah, it pans over here. Ooh. I'm just gonna wait for copyright. You know how it is. She doesn't hear them talking or is panic screaming failed bounce. This guy is not. I don't even know if this guy is screaming or not. He's just kind of crawling around. But there you go. This is already where he is. Like, he's super close to them. She was looking around for like Hellbrand and whatnot. So I don't know. I think it's kind of plausible to assume that she was looking around and might have seen this guy and was like, "Oh, Theo, how you doing? Let's get the fuck out of here. I don't want to help this guy. He's on fire and that's dangerous." Also, how long has he been on fire? We don't even know how long Galadriel has been unconscious here. Has he been on fire this whole time since this happened? Because goddamn, poor fucking guy, dude. But yeah. Smoke cloud was hot, or the pyroclastic flow was hot enough to set shit on fire, including people. They should all be dead. Like, there's no other way around it. There's just no other way around it. It really isn't. So yeah. Then we see that the queen is also still alive. Isildur also still alive. And they find Ontamo, his friendo. He's like wedged under a thing, and the queen helps him getting up the I guess the rubble, the roof part. And then there's also his other friend, but he's dead. So I guess you can call him a side character. And he sees him, he's like, "Oh, he's dead, that's sad." I forgot his name, I don't care. If they're important, they're fine. That's pretty much it, yeah. That's pretty much what's gonna be established here. Some get a little bit of damage, but yeah, it's not a lot. So they get Otamo, whatever his name is, I don't give a shit. He's such a non-character so far. They open up a civilian building. It's like, "Oh, look out, it's gonna be about to collapse." And Isildur holds up some wooden parts so the queen can go in, lead the others out. And it's like, "Look out, it's about to crush." But Isildur is still in there, and the whole thing goes down. It's like, Isildur is still in there. Oh no, he's dead. Except we already know he's not, because, you know, he's in the trilogy in the beginning. And is fighting in the Ring Wars and stuff. So yeah, he's gonna be back at some point somehow. Oh no, he's dead. Except he won't be. He's not dead. The Amazon Metal, they could do anything. They will do anything. Oh yeah, also the queen is holding her eyes. So it's like, my eyes. So she took a bit of damage after the pyroclastic tisms. Because she's gonna be blind. At least for now. She only sees gray, as we see in the future of the episode. And Aragorn, I mean, Isildur totally won't have the same "oh, my horse saved me" moment. They tease that so hard in this episode. We can't hold the horse. It wants to go to his bound master, even though they were around for like 5 minutes on screen. And he rode the horse for like a day. But whatever. I don't think eyes work like that. I don't know. Maybe they want to imply she got blinded by some debris that fell down. I don't know. I didn't even recognize that's a thing that happened until they tells us like, "Oh wait, she's blind." I was like, "Oh, okay." Then I went back, it's like, oh, she's holding her face. So I guess something must have happened to her eyes. Okay. The color thing? Oh, okay. So yeah, they're all pretty much alive. Got a little bit of damage, so hooray for them. And it's time. Sorry, guys, the Harfoots are back. I'm so sorry. We can't. I wish I could have stopped them, but I couldn't. I couldn't stop it. Because the Harfoots arrive at the Grove, and as I said like 2 episodes ago, they arrive and see that shit's fucked up with fire. It's not like all the way burned down, but like some rocks from the volcano, from Mount Doom, flew over here and burned some of the stuff where they normally would do the settlings. Right there. So yeah, well, they make the Harfoots less likely every time you get to see them. Dude, the Harfoots get what they deserve in this episode. Fuck them. So yeah, it burned like a bit of wood, some trees. There's a bit. And oh yeah, someone just pointed out in chat. Somehow the fire didn't spread. Yeah, I guess the fire, they were like lucky that did not spread. So there you go. That's pretty poggy for them. So yeah, the very predictable thing exactly happened. They make their way towards Mordor, and I guess they're like on the outskirts of Mordor somewhere. So yeah, Sadok tells them, "Oh, I heard about mountains that can spit fiery rocks, but they went to sleep and only wake up when new evil arises." And they were like, "Hey, Meteor Man, can you fix it?" And then he does some chanting flim-flams on a tree. And goes like, ba hu ki ha snya o ah. And yeah, it looks like he seems to be cracking some of the burned wood, and he goes like, magic, oogly boogly, blah, 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 blah. And then one of the child Harfoots gets close, like, oh look, the thing, he's doing it, woohoo! And then he chants even more, and then some of the tree branches fall down. Nori saves the child by pushing her away, making them land right between the branches and sticks. And they are fine. And everyone is like, ooh, no, scary big man did the thing. He almost killed someone. So yeah, now everyone looks kind of scared at the Meteor Man again. And that's that. Another fucking worthless scene where he does some magic bullshit. Something happens that he clearly didn't intend to hurt anyone around him. And these fuckers just being so curious, going towards him while he's doing some chanting stuff, which he can't possibly know what it does, and get in the way and almost get fucked up again. So yeah, fuck that. Nora would tell him not to get near Steve, considering what happened last time she got near him. Yeah, don't go near him. Even if it's a healing spell, it just yeets you across the grove. So don't do it. Bad times ahead. Bad times ahead. So now we go back to Elrond. And the Durin, the King Durin. So yeah, he's talking to the king, says, hey, in exchange for gaining access to the mithril mines, the elves are prepared to furnish this city with game, grain, and timber from the Eldar forests of Eriador for the next 5 centuries. And like the council people behind him was like, ooh, 5 centuries, that's crazy. Are they gonna hold that promise? And the king goes like, oh, why should I trust any elf? And then Elrond says, you shouldn't. And that's why I'm here alone. Elrond the Half-Elven. You can trust me, though. Like, I'm trustworthy. So, I mean, the rest of the elves are still the ones providing the resources. So they can still fuck Suspicious King over in the end. So your little thing, you can trust me, doesn't mean shit to the king. Like, he's most likely telling the truth because he's Elrond, you know? He's like a good guy. Even though he did break the promise, as has been pointed out in chat already. But, you know, that's fine. We don't talk about that. But yeah, even if he is telling the truth, in reality, no one if someone back home decides not to give them shit, that's just the thing how it's gonna go. He's just a messenger. So if he says, yeah, we can do that, the king should be like, well, no, fuck off. Not Elrond telling Durin to dig for the Mithril is pretty much the reason why they all die later. It's all Elrond's fault. No. They didn't dig greedily. Yeah. He literally admits that he lied to Durin and lost on purpose in order to further manipulate him later on in the episode. Yeah, that's true. That's true. He does that. So yeah. After Elrond goes through all that shenanigans, like even kneels him, is like, oh, I plead to you, save our race. And it's like, I may speak to my son now, so he cuts fuck off. And then Durin, Prince Durin, asks him, hey, what's your answer? And instead of giving him a straight answer like a normal person, they do this flowery bullshit again. Because he goes on to say that, dwarves were made out of fire and rock, and the rock inside them hungers for the eternal resisting pull of time, but the fire in them embraces the truth that all things must one day be consumed and fade away to perish. I will not allow to dig beyond the darkness, tempting shadow, rock, and mine to bury us all beneath the mountain. I will not risk dwarven lives to help the elves cheat death. So in very flowery words, he just said, hey man, this shit's super dangerous and might make the city and maybe even all of the mountain collapse, and that will kill us all, possibly. At least that's the way I understood it. So, why? Why are we doing this? They do this... They like to fucking do this in the show where they just go like, ooh, the stone can swim, but the wood can have a boner. And then it's all standing and you can't stand up properly because it's kind of tucked in and it hurts. So it's fucking dumb. And it's the thing, I don't even know if that's true what he's saying. Like, surely not the whole mountain is covered with city, right? Like, how about you just let them dig somewhere where it's safe, outside the parameters of the city for once, and then they can do their things and try to get all that mithril, and when they get closer, you can like, hey, we don't have enough mithril yet, can we like go here? We try to be safe and stuff. That could be maybe something they could implement in the show. Or, yeah, but the problem is we don't know how much mithril the elves actually need. That's like another thing. I don't know how big they just say, oh, we need a huge quantity of mithril. It's like, okay, how much is that? Maybe you should try your little mithril thing and try out how much you would actually need. Because we only see that this one small mithril thing, mithril ore bit they have is enough for that leaf they have there. So maybe, I don't know, bring it to the fucking tree and hold it against us, like, see what happens. Hold it, like, straight up into the goop. And then see how far it goes from there. And then you can try. Maybe you just need a fucking small piece for a whole person or whatever. So I still don't know how it's gonna help exactly. Do they only need to heal the tree? Do they need to heal every single elf personally? How much energy do they need? Are those mithril things going to be drained out of energy at some point? I don't get it. I need information. Give it to me. So, yeah. And I don't even know how big the mountain they're currently in is. Maybe you could get like a reference on if I look like at the map or something. But there must be enough space to get this thing, right? Right? It's just so many questions I don't get answered to make a good observation of this. So we're missing a bunch of key information. Like, maybe show us a dwarven map where they think the mithril is gonna be or could be located, because clearly Durin has an idea where it is, because later we see that they found like this whole vein with mithril later on, which is a fucking lot, by the way, as we will see very soon. So yeah, I don't know. Like, maybe it actually only is available under the city. That show us the depth, and I don't know. I need some more information. I don't. Right now, it's just your word. I don't believe you. What else? I had something else in mind earlier. Oh yeah, like, is it not so possible to just support the tunnels they dig in? Like, that's like the dwarven speciality, right? But then again, this one mine they were doing collapsed and was killed 4 dwarves. So it seems to be really hard even for the dwarves to mine it. So what good do the elves even have if they have access to the mines? If the dwarves can't mine it, who are like the mining race in this universe, how much of a chance will the elves gonna be having to actually mine this stuff? Seems like it's gonna be pretty slim. If even the dwarves can't make it safe. Like, this is like the whole reason the king forbids the mining of this, because it seems so dangerous, even for dwarves. Just have the elves walk past the mithril veins every now and then, and they should be all healed. Yeah. Just joined and someone's yelling about mines. That's what I'm doing. So yeah, lots of information we would need. And we could have established if we wouldn't have been fucking around. But I'll get there later when all these dialogues are concluded. Because here's the thing. I actually don't mind the dialogue in the Elrond and Elven things that we get in this episode. But they're built on nothing. They're fucking wasted. But we'll get there. We'll get there. Yeah, but these leaks seem like all just way better explanations as to why he won't even allow it. Like, it's too dangerous. Can't do that. I don't even know how much they need. We can't even make it safe. But yeah, but what he does say is, oh, they want to cheat death. And also, he also says some destiny bullshit. It's like, oh, the fate of the elves were decided by many years ago by minds much wiser and far-seeing than our own. Yeah, and basically then, yeah, Durin tells him that he can't possibly let them die. His friend is dying. Oh, by the way, what happens to, oh, if we don't get these things, we have to leave these shores. Didn't Elrond say they can just fuck off to somewhere else and they'll be fine or something? Shit, I haven't thought about this earlier. I would have loved to cross-reference that actually with the last episode, or whichever episode that was. I don't even remember which this was. But I think he says we need lots of these things or need to leave these shores. But I don't actually know what that means, possibly. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, BTTV is installed. I can see the feel smaller man and distressed on in my chat thingies, at least the ones that are not integrated in my in my OBS. Like the actual chats, they're Gucci with BTTV. Right. So yeah, just going to Valinor, right? That's the impression that I got when he said we need to leave these shores. So they still have their plan B, which actually seems to be the much easier solution. Like, didn't they want to fuck off from these lands anyway? I don't know, man. Just seems very silly on what this is all built. Where's my notepad? Come back, notepad. Just won't show up on the stream. Yeah, I haven't figured out a way to show the emotes on stream. This browser input is weird anyway because it also doesn't show live chat. I might have to change it around so it's not a browser plugin, but rather captures the live chat window. But then I have to reset it every time. This one is just more convenient for setting up things and not have to, change it every time I start another stream, But yeah. Yeah, so he goes back to home. Disa is annoyed by this outcome. Can't believe that this is happening. And Durin wonders that, maybe he's right. And what should he do? He's not only my father, he's also our king. And she also mentions that all the other lords are open to the proposal. Like Elrond, the proposal Elrond made. It's like, hey, maybe we might be forced to be able to force the king's hand if we just open the mines by ourselves, and then he has to do it because he's gonna see how cool this shit is, And then Elrond arrives, and they look at each other, and Elrond realizes what the answer is, and they have like this goodbye moment that is supposed to be very sad, but I don't really care. And it's not going to be a goodbye because they're going to do something very soon again. So he's about to leave, and Durin says, "So this is goodbye, and now we never see us again," or something. And then Elrond says, "Oh, don't say goodbye. We say namarie, which means going towards goodness." And then Elrond gives him back the mithril shards ore thing he had. And then Durin sits down and hears like, it's bullshit. And he slides the mithril over the table and stops right next to the goopy leaf that Elrond left here. And he sees that, in fact, the mithril heals the leaf. And then Durin calls out for Elrond and says, "Doggo." He doesn't say that. We cut away after that. So yeah, very, very sad. Actually, let's go back to the ashy lands. So Galadriel and Theo are just I think they have like a look-see at like maybe an orc outpost or something. Let me double check here. I'm not sure. Oh no, they just look over the destruction. Dude, look at this. Look at this shit. Look how fucking barren this is now. This was like a green woodland. Look at, how did anyone survive this? It's madness. No. I don't believe, it's not happening. Look how far and how wide. It looks like Silent Hill. Exactly. Or Caelid. It's mad. And Theo is fine. Galadriel is fine. Also, you will notice they made their way out of the burning city. I think there's some orcs in the background. So here's the thing. We've seen all these people going away. Out of this place. And there's a lot of survivors. We saw that there's a bunch of survivors. And a little bit, right after this, we see that the queen and Elendil actually escorting people out of the city. But Galadriel and Theo, they are just alone. They're completely alone. And this is going to stay that way until they get to Numenor's campsite. So they got out of the fucking place without saving anyone, which I don't believe they haven't seen anyone, because there were people about, which of course is still bullshit, but there were people surviving there. But they never found anyone, which I don't believe. But yeah, Theo is wondering, oh, why did they do it? And Galadriel tells him to make it their home. And he's like, wow, then we take our swords and drive him off, because all of a sudden he's like super ambitious to fight. I guess because of the guilt he has that he gave the hill to them. So yeah, Galadriel holds him down, saying they must rally to the living. They don't have a choice. We don't have number or position to attack them. And Galadriel thinks it's her fault. Even after Theo says, it's not your fault. And he's like, yeah, it is. And she's like all sad. And yeah, to be honest, she should have probably checked the fucking item she retrieved from the guy. And not have been fooled by an axe. And Arondir, who didn't realize it's much lighter. And basically everyone in the time frame, anything of this happened. They were all fucking dumbasses, so... alas. Right. Then we see the Numenorian soldiers, and look how many survivors there are. Look at this. You did not survive. You just didn't survive. It just didn't happen. It makes no sense. Why did they do it this way? At least make them hide in a I got no YouTube pop-up for this. See, that's what I meant. Because on my other channel, I did not get a YouTube pop-up as well. I think something weird happened with this stream notification thingy this time, or at least the subscription pop-up, because I didn't have it. Calm down, German. No, I will not calm down. They all survived. Just at least make them hide below. There were tunnels everywhere. Like, make them save themselves into the waters or something. Even though those are, I don't know. I don't even know if that will work. But something. Like, they see that it's happening, and then they go to some kind of shelter or something. Not just stand there. It's so stupid. And it looks like these are all fine. They seem to be all fine. They're just like, they took off their armor because it's so warm here. And ashy and whatever. It's just a no. It's just no. Nor, and again, nor. Oh, gross. Yeah, so yeah, there's all these survivors somehow. And we see that Elendil is looking over them. And they make their way to the campsite as well, I assume. I mean, I know, I watched the episode. That's what they do. And shit, where am I? Where's my notes? I'll say Elendil is alive as well. No props. He has some ash on him, but that's about it. He's not even breathing heavy. He's fine. Another main character it's fine. It's just a little bit of smoke. No problem. Oh yeah, he sees Isildur's horse and thinks one of the random guys is Isildur, but he isn't. Oh yeah, the queen arrives, and she kind of looks into the distance. She looks kind of weird, but this is not where we tell that the thing. Then I just completely lost my train of thought. The queen arrives, and she basically is like, yeah, let's get them to the thing. Uh, yeah. Oh yeah, the queen oh right, the queen tells him of the bad news that Isildur is probably dead Arunis. And again, why do you keep trying to tell us that people are dead that are we know are not dead? Whatever. Theo and Galadriel are still walking around, making their way to the Numenor camp. Yeah, as I said, all alone, no survivors. They somehow missed every single of those soldiers, every single one of everyone, even though they were all pretty much in the same place during the fight. They somehow managed to get completely separated and walk their own completely different way all the way to the camp. Don't ask me how, but that's just the reality of it. But yeah, Theo is worried that all his friends and family are dead, like Arondir and his mother, which they aren't, of course. And Galadriel tells him, "Do not fill your mind with guesswork or something, but make sure that says, oh, we're making their way to the survivors, including your mother." She then says, "Soldiers must be mindful that wars are fought within and without. Even me, even you." Hey, remember that quote? Be mindful that wars are fought within and without. That's the quote that the cringe director said in that one interview or whatever it was, where everyone who criticizes the show is evil. That's the quote he said. That's not cringe at all. That's fine. Guess I'm evil. Ooh, see how evil I am? I created Mordor, but on YouTube, here on the Forge. Because it's Forge and it's hot and stuff, so I'm evil. Get fucked. It says later, it said, "I cannot stop and there's a tempest in me." Yeah, she has like this weird thing going on in here where she's like, well, if I'm going to be evil, then I should start doing evil things to them. Mordor. Like, even me, even you. And he's like, "I'm a soldier then?" And she gives him a sword and says, "We might make one of you yet." It's like, okay. And play this heroic music over it and everything. I don't know, nothing that really built up to this. Last episode, he was like, no, I had the hilt and I felt really powerful and I want it back, kinda, because I'm a psycho, apparently. And he got it, and then he's the one who realized that there's no hilt. Anyway. Oh yeah, when he said, "Oh, I killed orcs before," that's what he said in this episode as well. Like, it just happened without any build-up, so I don't even know why they make this big deal with the heroic music out of it. It doesn't fucking matter to me. They do all these quote-unquote payoffs that are not payoffs at all. Anyway, what else do we have? Oh yeah, she also says that she wouldn't call killing the orcs as good. And basically saying that killing is not a good deed. And if you refer to something like killing as good, it gives your heart a space for evil to grow. Considering she felt so good about killing orcs last episode, seems like a pretty big character change. Like, that feels like a thing she should come to as a conclusion of an arc. And not well, last episode she was like, "Man, it felt pretty good when we killed these orcs, Halbrand." He's like, "Yeah, I wish I could hold on to this feeling. Made me feel good. Made me feel pretty darn good. That was pretty cool. It was pretty good." And now she's like, "Nah, that's not a good deed. It's evil. It's evil, guys." It's like, whatever, get fucked. And now we cut back again to Halbrand and the Queen. I don't know why we cut back and forth between these two scenes instead of showing the complete scene first and then the Halbrand scene second, or the other way around. We do Galadriel, Elendil, Galadriel, Elendil. Back. Just do it at once. I don't know what the reason would be why you would cut it this way. It's really weird. So yeah, back to Elendil. Right. We hear the Queen ask, "Oh, how long until we reach the base? And he answers her. And then she asks, how long until we're clear of the fog? And then they just all stop and look at her in silence. And she then asks, how long have we been clear of it already? And Elendil tells her like a mile. So basically she got blinded and can only see gray, is what she says. And apparently it happened when they saved those civilians earlier from the burning house. And then she plaids with Elendil. Just nobody needs to know. Guide my horse. Nobody needs to know for now. Just making sure all the others don't panic because the queen is blinded. So yeah, I mean that's all right. I understand. Don't make them panic. They're pretty down already. But hey, back to the Harfoots, right? We love the Harfoots here. Harfoots are great. Destroying evil is a good action. You have removed a malevolent force from the world. That's a good thing. No, it's evil. If you think that, you have evil in your space, heart space, and then you need to die or something. I don't know. Sorry, I don't make the rules. That's just what she says. The commander deemed it, so okay. And Dr. Pepper saved me. Ugh, that was a wet burp. Gross. So, Harfoots, right? How exciting. Can't wait. So Zardoz talks to Meteor Man, gives him information. It's like, hey, if you go towards this mountain line, you will find the next human settlement. Gives him a piece of the map. Not the map, the book he had, like a page of the book where the star constellation is on that he is looking for. And he tells him that the Harfoots haven't seen these stars ever since they lived in the parts unknown 1,000 years ago. But with any luck, the peeps over there in that settlement can help you find these stars. And then Zardoz kind of walks away, and we see that a flower grows out of the tree. I don't know why they made it a flower and not a leaf with branches on it, but you know, it's fine. It's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. So yeah, the Meteor Man apparently he understands enough of their language now that he understands all this information he just got. So we just kind of have to assume that Nori taught him enough language that he understood all these informations he just got, even though we still haven't seen him talk in their language at all, like a lot. So I guess he just understands enough to just like, oh, I need to go there. Okay, cool. And then he goes around the Harfoots camp out and is about to leave. And then Nori gives him an apple for the way. And she's like in tears. But it's kind of weird because the next scene, she's like talking to her mom. She said, oh, I should have just stayed on the path. I shouldn't have gone after the falling star. I just realized I'm just a Harfoot after all. So it seems to me like she was more sad that she isn't special, but just a normie instead of being sad that her quote-unquote friend is gone. It's kind of weird how they go back-to-back those scenes. But yeah, this Harfoot shenanigans fucking useless after 7 episodes still. I have no clue where this is going to lead. I mean, I do know now. Because we get a little group of Harfoots going to fuck off after Meteor Man. Yeah, we'll get there. So yeah, Meteor Man is now gone. So we need something to happen to reunite these characters. And something is going to happen. And now we go back to the Southlands / Mordor. And Theo asks Galadriel if she ever lost someone close to her to the orcs. And she says, oh yeah, Finrond, her brother, and Celeborn. Or Celeborn. I actually don't know I forgot how they pronounced it. So, I'll be honest, I completely forgot who that guy was. But that is her husband. It's Galadriel's husband. So I had a little Google. I was like, hey, who's that guy again? And that is another character we already know is alive in the trilogy. And with a short Google, I found out, it's like, oh, he did shit in the Third Age, including being in the Ring Wars. So he is gonna come back. So yeah, another character. They're like, oh, he's dead, except Lamau, not really. So I don't know why they keep doing that. I feel it's like kind of pointless. But then again, she never sees him die. That's the whole thing. Cause they met and she goes like, oh, we met in the flower field where I was dancing. And Theo's like, you were dancing? Alright, whatever. Psycho. And he was about to go off to war. She helped her husband with the armor because it didn't fit right, and she called him a silver clam. And then she says, after that, I never saw him again. Basically, the show is like, she never saw him again. Doesn't mean he's not dead, right? Anyway. Guess Celeborn was getting some ciggies for a couple of centuries. Yeah, Theo still feels guilty because he gave them the hilt-tisms. And you know what? Fair play to the character, for Theo's character, that he mentions that he feels guilty. I think that's a pretty reasonable thing to feel guilty about, because he basically he was the last one to give him the thing, and that's how his whole plan came together. So you know what? Fair play. I'm fine with that. But yeah, to be fair, all the other characters involved were idiots too. But hey, it's okay for some character development for him. I'm okay with this. But the other characters should have noticed that the hilt is not actually there. Yeah, she tells him that some say this is the way of things, but she also believes it's what's in our hearts, and this was not in yours. And we're like, is she implying that even though he does hold some responsibility, he shouldn't worry about it because he didn't do it because of evil intentions? So, I don't know, man. Like, basically she says that even though you gave them the weapon, and you're the one who was kind of responsible a little bit, you shouldn't worry about it because you didn't do it because of evil intentions. Because you did it to save your people and not aid the enemy. I mean, I get it, but I don't know, man. I don't know this is how I would phrase it. It's like, yeah, you made a mistake. Now do all you can to make it good again. That's like a way I would portray it. And not like, don't worry, you didn't mean it. I mean, you just, because of that, this whole land has been set on fire and Mordor was created. Don't worry about it. It wasn't your intention. I feel they should have phrased that differently. Yeah, I don't know. And he says, I wondered, how should I let it go? And she says that there are powers beyond darkness at work in this world, and perhaps on days such as this, we have little choice but to trust their designs and surrender our own. And I heard this and I was like, what are you talking about? Can you just talk in normal people's language? Like, what does she mean? Just go on with your life and hope that whatever the powers that you talk about is going to fix your shit? Like, I don't even know. Just fucking tell me what you fucking want to say. Like you Valar people, you just hope that they're gonna fix it for you again or something. What are we doing? Just fucking speak like a normal person. You're talking to a fucking child. Give me a fucking break. Just talk like a normal human being. Or like a normal person, normal elf, whatever you want to say. This flowery bullshit pisses me off. So annoying. Stupid. Yeah, and then Theo says, oh, my mom is gone. And my home. And I wonder where the design is in that. And then Galadriel says, well, I don't know that yet. I can't see it yet. It's like, oh, okay, cool. Thanks for wasting our time, I guess. Theo's like, bruh, can you talk human? And then orcs appear. Ooh, spooky. And it's just one of these scenes where orcs think they hear something. After Theo hears them and unsheaths the sword. And they're like, oh, hold on, I think I heard something. And they're like, what do you sniff, orc brother? And he's like, oh, only ash. And then they fuck off again. It's like one of these tense scenes that you've seen a million times. And yeah, it's whatever. And then they fuck off. And Galadriel tells Theo, oh, rest while you can. We will move at first light. And Theo says, what light? Because it's Mordor. It's evil. Eviltisms. And now we go back to Elrond and Durin. So Prince Durin and Elrond went back to a tunnel. Maybe it's the same tunnel than before. I don't know. And they just started digging again for Mithril. And they take like a bit of a break. And then they joke around a bit where Elrond basically says, I lost on purpose. So I could talk to you again. Like in their weird match thingy they had in the first episode, or the second one, I don't remember which one it was. And then Durin tells him, oh, you're pretty dwarven for an elf. And Elrond tells him, oh, you're pretty elvish for a dwarf. And then he makes fun of him because all his parents and grandparents are called Durin. And Durin is like, hey, the mightiest thing a dwarf can do is to be worthy of the name of his father. And he says, oh, we do have our secret names only in use amongst themselves and family and brothers and sisters. And then he wants to tell Elrond the name, and he's like, no, keep it for the far side, like for when they die or something. And then Durin goes back to a wall and opens it up and finds there's a huge mithril vein right behind this thing. And let me get a shot because it is pretty expansive. So they pan down and boom. So they panned from up there, so they're like up here somewhere, and this goes like all the way down here. These spots are fucking annoying. Movie Elrond and especially this Elrond movie Elrond I can actually see. So behind on your coverage, I love your commentary, but the show's painful. I have to prepare myself for these and other channels covering. Thanks for surfing through this. No worries, man. It's all good. I get it. This is always a bit of a chore to go through and prepare it, especially if you do it like me, where you go like chronologically and then take notes and then you pause and then you have to decipher what they say most of the time because they do this flowery blah, blah, blah stuff. You know what I mean. But yeah, hey, I'm glad you enjoyed. Thank you. Anyway, let's go back to this. So yeah, this is like there's a lot of mithril here, and it's all already on the wall. So, so what I was thinking of, so they dug the tunnel to here, and then they have all this here, you know? And keep in mind, I don't know shit about actual mining and how this would affect the stability of anything if you take things away from a mountain that has like all this rock and stuff. But this is like this is what I think. And if I have any miners in chat or on anyone that's watching who knows anything about mining, I'm just having a wild guess here. If the structure has been holding like this the whole time, with this whole chasm going rampant here, with all the mithril, and then just getting the mithril that is on the sides, on the walls, shouldn't that mostly be fine-ish? Without digging too deep into the actual stone, you know? It's already present. It's already uncovered. You can see it. You don't need to dig deep in or anything. You can just get the things that are outside for now. And I don't know if it goes deeper. Maybe go step by step, like do like one over there, and then one over on the other side, and then get the mining out, refill it properly, and then do the next one. I don't know. As I said, I could be completely off on this. This is just my interpretation, how I would feel how it would work. And probably this is why I'm not a miner, and I would probably be dead if I would be one right now. So yeah, I don't know. Or could potentially be holding up the wall. That's true. Yeah, that could be a thing. But then maybe there's like a way to reinforce it so it can't be that dangerous. So that it's not that dangerous anymore. I don't know. It's just random thoughts I have or had during the thing. Safer to reinforce this running area first, then mine it. Yeah, or something like that, yeah. So yeah, like right now I don't see why this would be more dangerous to mine than any other ore. Unless it's trying to say the mountain itself is stopping them from it. So yeah, just a thought I was having right there. A cannery? Ah, okay. Could scrape off the outside a little without issue. Again, we don't even know how much they need. So maybe one of those veins would be enough to solve their problem. I don't know. Oh, the gases. I'm talking about canneries. Canaries. Oh, God. So. Oh, whoops. There we go. Cannery. No, it's cannery. Canary. Yeah. Where was I? Anyway, they look pretty happy about it. But then they get busted by the king. Oh no! And Durin's like, just look at it. It's more than we could have ever imagined. And he says, no, get wrecked. And Aaron, get the fuck out of here. He gets thrown out by the king's guards. And he just has to sit down outside. And then we get a dialogue here, which is pretty, I feel like pretty wasted overall. So I'm just gonna go here through. So they talk to Joe, and King Durin starts talking about how his son was ill-formed when he was born, and people thought he wouldn't survive very long. He made sure that he made sure to hold up his chin every night, so that would release some of the stress of his ill-formed body. Apparently, while his mother finally was able to fall asleep after crying all day. And one day he looked at his face and was sure that his son would be a great leader and king with a big old beard, mighty and terrible as an army with banners, and then that he will move mountains. And then the prince goes on to say that, how do you expect me to move mountains if you fall to pieces when I dig a single hole? You speak of greatness for me, but you stop any of my ambitions or desire or thought that would come from you. That won't come from you, sorry. And the king then says, the iron that must bear the most heavy burdens must also endure the most rigorous tempering. And I was like, bro, just say that as a king, you have hard decisions to make, and they might not even be morally correct ones or something. Fuck me. Just speak normal words once in a while. I don't believe you always talk in this flowery bullshit voice to each other all the time. Just stop it. Anyway, Prince Durin says that leaving your allies to die is not a form of tempering or like a heavy choice. It's straight up the wrong thing to do. And he also says that Elrond is as much as a brother as if he had been, and I quote, fired in my own mother's womb. And I don't know, I found that funny because that's a very weird way to say it. But okay. So he basically says that Elrond is such a good friend that there's no way he will let him die, and he likes him as his own brother. And the king gets super upset. And he goes like, how dare you invoke your mother's memory to defend your decision to betray your own kind? I'm like, calm down, Jesus. He didn't call her a whore or anything. He's just pointing out that he loves him like he would his own flesh and blood. Calm your tatas. And then Durin tells him, no, you have betrayed our kind, clinging to the past and squandering the future. You profane the crown you wear. And then the king rips off his crest from around his neck, the royal crest. And then Durin goes up to pick it up and says, leave it, it's not yours anymore. Practically disowning his son. I was like, okay. So, I don't mind this scene in general, because I think it's actually acted pretty nicely. I do enjoyed it in isolation. But one, the fact that Elrond was gone for so long is such an issue here. Because Durin is so defensive over this, the whole thing. They would have been much more efficient. Like, the reason he's so defensive is because Elrond is one of his closest friends, quote unquote. That I wonder, why did they all this bullshit with Elrond being gone for 20 years? And having all the shenanigans in the beginning where it's like, oh, you bastard, oh, blah, blah, blah. You haven't been here for 20 years, the whole lifetime. So they had this 20-odd year gap where they haven't seen each other at all. Why didn't they just let them be friends? And they've seen each other on a regular basis. They're like bros, they're homies. Like, this would even make the banter they do all the time so much more believable and relatable. It's like, oh yeah, they've just fucking around because they've been known each other for such a long time. They're like homies, they're like close. So, like, everything they've been doing in the beginning of the show is pointless. Everything that was between Elrond and Durin, like being angry at him, doing the weird fucking stone-splitting battle in the beginning, which he apparently lost on purpose so he can talk to him more. Like, get rid of this. Get rid of this. Because the issue we're now addressing is that the only reason we don't help the elves is the backwards thinking of the king. Which I feel just started to... They were like, oh, we need to do this now. And I think that started like 3 episodes ago, where we got them talking a little bit about him, but we didn't really see anything about him. Because that's the issue we're having now. Like, we could have used all this time with the bullshit around Elrond and Durin being like not close anymore and have to re-establish their friendship. We could have used this time to establish the conflict between the prince and the king. And if you would have had that stuff, if you would have those scenes where every time Prince Durin wants to do something, King Durin is like, nah, that's bullshit. Hey, I want to do this, father. No, fuck off. That's not allowed. Hey, I found this mithril stuff. No, it's too dangerous. Stop it. Seal the mines. If we would have done this, and we would have ended it with this, where the relationship actually like kind of breaks off, that could have been a pretty neat payoff scene. Because I think the scene is actually in itself, in isolation, if it would have anything to stand on, I think it could have worked pretty decently. Like, this just feels like it's completely wasted and rushed here. So I don't know, Elrond and Durin can team up to make whatever the fuck. So I don't even know, man. It's really dumb. Need the whole fortune thing when it always about mithril. Yeah. Summary completely wasted and rushed. You shouldn't be saying they were fucking around when you literally said give me the meat and give it to me raw. The only good dialogue happens between dwarves and Elrond. Yeah, those are like the only dialogues that feel like they're actually talking to each other and not like reading lines. So yeah, I don't know what the fuck we're doing here. It's such a fucking waste. Because I think that I actually kind of like this scene. Because they seem to react to each other and not react at each other. If that makes any sense. So yeah, Durin is now completely disowned and whatnot. And yeah, that's that with that. Oh yeah, what I didn't mention earlier. So in the last scene with the Harfoots, because we're back with the Harfoots now, they saw that all the trees they would normally get with the fruits and stuff, those have been burned down and anything like that. So they had to ration their foods. So now Nori wakes up and sees Poppy eat an apple, and she's like, no, we have to save it. But Poppy's like, look around, and then we talk again. And she looks around, and everything is blooming, everything is green. Ooh, the meteor man saved the day. Because now everything is full of food and stuff. So yeah. That's pretty useful to have. And then they sing their weird little songs and gather food for eating. And Poppy gets some water and she sees some footprints. She's like, oh no, we're still scared of feet, even though we have big ones. And we see who those footprints are from. It's from the real Slim Shady gang. Look at them in all their glory. The real Slim Shady gang. Aren't they evil and cool? I still have no idea who the fuck they are. Even with their evil dark fingers, or at least this one, she has dark fingers. Evil fingers. Yeah. Evil, they're here now. They followed them all the way here, or followed Meteor Man all the way here. So they all hide in the night, and the meteor people, or shit, I've lost track of my notes. Oh yeah, they go to the settlement basically, but they're all hiding, and they check out the tree that Meteor Man resurrected, and somehow by looking at this, they figure out which way he went. So they want to go that way that Sardok made the Meteor Man go. Then Nori jumps up and says, "No, you're going the wrong way. He went that way." And then they do a ninja vanish. I'm not kidding. So she's like, "Hey, he didn't go that way." And she kind of looks away, looks there, like, "Oh, they're gone." They do a ninja vanish. It's so funny. I don't know why they did that. And then they appear like right next to her or behind her when she turns around. They were constantly in your line of sight. Oh yeah, I didn't think about that. When they were like on this huge ass plateau where they were camping on. They should have seen these guys at some point, I guess, but I don't know. Oh yeah, and also in this scene, they were always in her line of sight. Like she, I don't know, she didn't notice them next to her. So yeah, it's really weird. So they do a ninja vanish, as I just said, and then they appear next to her, and Shiminem is about to, I don't know, pick up something from her hairdress. I think she picks, like, I don't know, a mushroom from it and puts it on her side. She took something from it. At least it looks like it. And Nori's dad comes up and he just kind of threatens her with fire. It's like, "Come on, don't do anything or bash your brains in or something." And they look very unimpressed. And the real slim lady just grabs the fire. Grabs the fire and turns it off. I was like, "Ooh, magical, spooky, ooh." And then she turns around her hand, looks at their caravans, and like blows the embers in their way. And she burns the whole fucking settlement of the Harfoots. I love this weirdly magical fuckers. They finally put an end to the Harfoots' tyranny. Finally, someone stepped up towards them and fucked their shit up. Let's go! Yes. Fuck these fuckers. These evil Harfoot people. Those are the real heroes of the story. These are officially my favorite characters in the story. Because they burned down their fucking bullshit. They finally put an end to their tyranny of leaving their people behind. Oh, feels good. Finally, a good Harfoot scene. Oh God, this show is making me go nuts, dude. Mount Doom and Feminem are the two good characters so far. Oh God, that's crazy. This show is crazy. But yeah. And now they're all sad and like, "No, settlement." And then we go back to the Numenor campsite, base camp, hideout, camp out, hide place. Chat, help me. I'm having a stroke. So they can't calm down Isildur's horse. Because you know that one line where Elendil said, "Oh, a horse and his rider has this bond and they die together, blah, blah, blah." Isildur rode that horse for like a day and was in battle with it in 5 minutes and even managed to get it wounded on his first fight. And so they just let the horse go. I was like, whatever, fuck off. Another thing, they just pretend like it's a big payoff, but just fuck off. Just fuck off. Whatever. That horse is gonna save Isildur somehow, even though a whole building collapsed on him that was on fire. Whatever, we know he's alive. He's gonna get saved by the horse or something. Whatever. And then Elendil says that I should have never pulled that elf on board. I'm just like, yeah, you probably shouldn't have. Of course, you were probably much more chill. Talking about the elves, Galadriel and Theo arrive. And I legit have no idea how those two managed to go a completely different way from everyone else without finding any other survivors, any other soldiers. They just get here alone, this whole path. Like, it seems like they left at the same time as everyone else, and they were surrounded by survivors, but they didn't take anyone with them or found any one of the other soldiers on the way, which I find pretty hard to believe. Whatever. Just didn't bother to save anyone. It's such an easy thing to make your main character of the show a bit more appealing, seeing that she sees like people in need around her. Like, you know, the thing she tried to save, which she apparently clearly failed at because of this whole shenanigans. No, she's just fucking off with Theo alone, not taking anyone with them. Real charming. Really charming character. Theo's on the lookout for his mother in the settlement. He goes up to a medic tent and we see lots of injured people. And now I finally get to show you the guy who has been charred. How? How are you the only one I've seen that look like this? Why is there someone with a leg missing? Someone with a stab wound? And only one person that has been charred everywhere. That's what I meant in the beginning. How's the damage to everyone so wishy-washy all over the place? It's fucking dog shit, dude. He's fucking toasted. How did he get fucked up like this? But all the main characters are fine, completely. Because the main character are not even, like, burned or anything. They just had ash on them. And other than that, they were fine. We're gonna see Bronwyn and Arondir here in a second. And they both have no wounds whatsoever. They're completely fine. Remember how Bronwyn was, like, fucked up before this whole fucking shit even started? She's just walking around doing her thing. She talks a bit low. It's like, I'm still a bit hurt. But other than that, she's fine. The fuck? It's bullshit. Consistency. Plucks. Anyway. Like, one guy lost a leg, another one gets stitched up. I don't know. And when Theo sees two ladies, it could be Bronwyn. But obviously Bronwyn is fine. And also Arondir. Also perfectly fine. Not a fucking scratch. Look at him. Not a scratch. No problemo. Easy. Use the spell to suck all the HP from their allies. Damn. He rolled a 1 on his reflex save. That's fantastic. So yeah. It's an absolute piss take. It's just whatever. Yeah, all the main characters are fine. They bait Isildur is dead, which we know he isn't. The queen is blind, and we see that Halbrand got stabbed by something, and I'm not even sure what happened there. So yeah, Galadriel goes to the queen, and the captain is ready to leave. Only angry at the elf, mind you. He's not even angry at the orcs or anything. He's just like, oh, that elf. He's becoming an elf racist again. That bastard. And yeah. I kind of hate how he's portrayed here. Because except being fucked off with the orcs and like wanting to kill kill them. He just wants to go home and, I don't know, cope and seethe that his son is dead. Like, I get mourning, but the way he does it, he looks like a fucking bitch, dude. The way we portrayed Elendil so far is like this, he's like this hardy veteran warrior captain man. And I thought him more of a vengeful guy. That when he would have a loss like that, he goes like, I'm gonna fuck these orcs up, fuck these guys. Or wants to start fighting with Galadriel or something. But he just starts to fucking cry. And that's the last we see of him in this episode. Like, the portrayal just wants to go home and fucking cope and seethe. Almost if we should have left the little twerp at home, yeah. I don't know, man. That's just how I felt like he would react. Maybe, I mean, people react different ways, but I don't know. I don't know. It's just, again, it's just so quick. I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, Galadriel talks to the queen, and she says that, yo, it's my fault and stuff. And queen says, do not spend your pity on me, keep it for our enemies. And she vows to return with more armies and stuff. And Galadriel says that the elves will be ready then. It's a very few things I'm willing to give the show. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, I can see someone break like this as well. But I don't know. It's just, I didn't feel like this was the way he would react. Especially not in front of people. I don't know. Maybe if he would have gone into like a tent by himself. And just mourned there. I think I would have been more okay with this. But yeah, I don't know. How do you convince people that you're not blind, put a blindfold over your eyes? Oh yeah, I guess that's fine now. People are allowed to know now. I guess. They don't mention it again, so yeah. I suppose he's beginning to mourn for Isildur. It's just us that knows he's alive. Yeah, that's a fair point, I think. That's a fair point. Maybe I'm just being a bit harsh because I have meta knowledge that the characters don't have. So yeah, Galadriel is certain the queen will keep her promise after Arondir asks her if she will actually keep it. Bronwyn says the Southlanders will go to an old Númenórean colony for a fresh start. It's called Palagir, something along those lines. It's like, hey, well, what about our king? He's like, what do you mean? Oh yeah, did you hear? And then we see that Hellbrand has been hurt and was found by people on the sides. Wait, hang on. Wait, did I forget to write this down? Oh shit, I did. Yeah, I almost skipped your thing. I guess I forgot to put notes down there. So now we get the scene where people are like, the Harfoots are doing their thing, collecting the debris and stuff, and everyone is like down, and we see that Nori's dad is doing like a little rally speech, and it's like, we're Harfoots, and we're so cool, and we all stick together. That's what he says. And I was like, okay, you're not. You noticed that. They wanted to leave you behind. But okay. And like the Nori is like all down. Is like, oh, it sucks. And after he does this rally where he basically tells everyone, get their shit together, basically, and rebuild like we always do, Nori is like, I'm gonna grab 2 apples, and I'm gonna go after my friend. I was like, wait, hang on. Why? Because those evil people are now after them? Did you have a change of heart? Didn't you say you just realized you're just a normal Harpfoot? She flip-flops around so hard in what she wants to do. It's so fucking annoying. And it's like, oh, you're gonna go. You're not gonna go alone. And then Poppy is like, well, she won't. I'm gonna go with you. And then I think Sardog's wife is like, well, I'm gonna go with you as well. No, wait, it's Goldie, not. It's her stepmother. He's like, I'm gonna go with you. It's like, what? And then also Sardog gets convinced by his wife. Well, I said he's gonna be evil, but he clearly isn't. He saved us here. He made everything right. And Sardog says, I wish you wouldn't always be right, just this once. So our team consisting of Nori, Poppy, Goldie, and Sardog make their way to go after the big fella, the Meteor Man. And that's what they do. Well, the other ones stay behind to rebuild the caravans, I guess. Yeah. So they're off to their little adventure now. Maybe we get something that actually does something for them, because now we just separate them with Meteor Man, and now we have to reset this and make them a team again. How very exciting. Yeah, Galadriel is certain the Queen will keep her promise. Oh, I know why I thought I skipped something, because I actually already said too much with Hellbrand. Because this is where Galadriel says she's certain the Queen will keep her promise, and the Southlanders go to this colony. And then we see that Hellbrand has been hurt. But it doesn't look like he's like burned or anything. Like he has this stab wound or slice wound on his belly. So I don't know, maybe it were orcs or something? I don't know, this just happened off screen. I have no clue what happened to him. Maybe this is going to be part of the story or something. I don't know. I'm very confused by this. Maybe he got hit by debris or something. But yeah, they tell him that the wound has been souring on the way here. And they get some get some rations and stuff, because Galadriel says we need the elvish medicine for that, and I also need to tell the High King about what's been going on. And even though he looks pretty weak here, he seems to be fine to travel to wherever elves are. I'm not entirely sure where they're going right now. I guess they're going to get a boat somewhere and then ship over to the High King? Right? Like I'm a bit unsure about the positioning. Neither are they, Metal. Oh, okay. But yeah, he just goes out and everyone's like, oh, strength to the king, because everyone is on board with him being the king. All of a sudden, I guess that's just a thing everyone accepted now. And Theo wants to give back the sword to Galadriel, but she tells him, oh, keep it, soldier. It's like, just fuck off, shut up. And they ride off to wherever elves will be. I guess they have to get a boat and go back to the Elflands to the High King? Question mark? Need elvish medicine, probably someone got stabbed by a Morgul blade, right? Oh, I didn't even think about that. Maybe that's a thing that's gonna happen. Yeah, Halbrand is going to ride the entire way to Linden across the entire Middle Earth with a gaping wound. Yeah, no problem. But yeah, they're off. Everyone is in good spirits, apparently. Now we go back to Durin and Disa, and he says, oh, I failed my father, it's my fault. And she says, no, it's your father's fault. And one day, we, you and me, will rule this land, and this mithril belongs to us. You and me, us. And we will rule before our time is up. And the way she delivers this whole line, she sounds like a fucking supervillain, dude. I was about to say, it's like, geez, what is your problem? She sounds so aggressive. Like, it's gonna be hours. When Medusa went Macbeth, yeah, pretty much. She went fucking crazy. I was almost expecting for Durin to go like, okay, come out, babe. You're going a bit, but yeah. The king looked in the hole and he's like, yeah, okay. Seal it up, and he throws the leaf into the hole, and it glides all the way down next to a thing. And what is the thing? It's starting to be set on fire, the leaf. It's the Balrog! What? He's back, boys! The Balrog, let's go! So yeah, we'll be getting a Balrog fight at some point. That's for sure. That's gonna happen. Yeah. Got the Balrog, we got him. We get the Balrog. Yeah. I hope they heard that sound, the roaring upstairs, maybe. I don't know. Yeah. Is there multiple Balrogs? I was actually about to ask that question because I have no idea if the Balrog is like this one entity or if there's multiple Balrogs. I don't know. Maybe some lore nerd in chat can tell us. It won't be canon unless we see Balrog babies on gender. A Balrog? What a twist! Who could have seen that coming? Certainly not anyone who watched the trailer. There were at least plenty of Balrogs. Okay. Yeah. And then oh yeah, we get the last scene. We go back to Adar, and he basically tells the orcs and the Uruks, you will no longer need your cloaks. This is our land now. And I was like, hail Lord Adar, ooh, Adar, let's go, Adar. They're like cheerleaders everywhere, and they're like, go on, baby, I want your children, Adar. And then they're like, those are the Southlands anymore. And what should we call it, Lord Father? And just looks upon the land, and they do it like this. They go from the Southlands to Mordor. What? Why did they do it this way? It's so fucking cringe. And I don't even know why I find it cringe. Maybe because, yes, of course this is Mordor. Maybe because he just didn't say it. Yeah. Think people are too dumb to get it otherwise. I guess. Maybe he should have just said it, call it Mordor or something, but he like looks over and we get like the title change. We knew this since they showed the map. That's also true. So yeah. There you go. That's the episode. That's how the episode ends. That was shit. That was really shit. This episode was garbo. I don't know how Adar then goes to tell everyone else about the name, though. It's like in the background. It's like, Lord, you gotta tell us? It's like, did you see it? It just changed right up there in the corner. Oh, that was really bad. That was really fucking bad. That husband was stupid even for this show. It was awful. The orc just walked away without response. He's like, maybe he's gonna tell us at some point. I don't know. And so I love that Waldrek is still there. Dude, remember, Waldrek is the one who created Mordor with his weird sword key. He's gonna be in the books. And then Waldrek. Oh, mighty Waldrek of Mordor heritage. A peon of Sauron twisted the key to create Mordor. It should be called Waldrek Land. I love it. It's funny to think about. He's gonna be in the books for creating Mordor. Oh man, that was really bad. Finally, what is good? How does this only come to me now? What is gonna be the next episode? Because everything we did here felt like final episode kind of deal, cliffhanger kind of deal. What the fuck is the next episode gonna be about? Sauron reveal? Oh, yeah, that's probably gonna be it. But what's gonna be the rest of the episode? Flowery language? Sauron old man reveal? Yeah, that's a good point. The Harfoots eat the human survivors? I love it. Balrog battle already? Oh, you think? Mighty Morphin nuns, queen goes to optician. I can't see. I'm legally blind. I did a spit take, thank you. Galadriel being rude to everyone more. I mean, that's just every episode, so that's a good shout. That's a good shout. That's a good guess. Oh god. So yeah. Well, there you go. That's that episode. I'm really sad they squandered the Durin and King Durin scene. It's could have been pretty neat. But you know, nothing to go for, nothing to go by. Really lame. Even Angry Joe saw in this episode. Yeah, I saw that. I even liked that tweet. He's like, he hates this show now. He thinks it's one of the worst things going on TV right now, which is interesting to hear from Angry Joe. But you know what? I agree. It's pretty bad. Chance for some real conflict, and we can't have that. No, Galadriel will do something amazing that will defy our logic, common sense, and decency. Oh yeah, so that fits right in. But yeah, let me look at the super chat roonies. There were like one or two. Let me have a look. See here. Get yourself some drinktisms on me to cope with the horrors. Hey, thanks, man. Appreciate it. I shall do so. Matthew skipped a line from Bronwyn about the old Numerian colony. I was typing when you said that they could have escaped this whole time. Oh yeah, I guess they could have. They could have just went there immediately instead of, you know, fucking about in this place. That's an interesting thought. I don't know how far away this is, but that should have probably been on their mind for a while. Because apparently it has fresh water and everything. So, yeah, it should have been on their mind for a little bit. Yeah, it's not only bad, but I'm speechless how it destroyed Tolkien's world. Yeah, it's really annoying. I don't like it. I need to watch the original trilogy after this sludge. See the greatness of that. See how much they do in the same amount of time. Which is way more. Sad face. But I think that's all the super shoots, if I haven't missed one. Let me see. So yeah, good stuff. 7 hours or so, both fellowship and the 2 towers. Oop, that was coming. It started so bad and keeps getting worse. Sad face. Yeah, I like in the beginning, it was the whole thing is like, yeah, I mean, it's kind of boring and lame, but it's like not destruction of everything, but the farther they went, the more they contradicted the show, and now we had this pyroclastic flow that should have killed everyone, or at least most of them, and they just didn't do anything. So yeah, that was cool. That was pretty cool. When they show more doom metal. Oh look, there's the Volcano Waldrek unlocked. Yeah, that's gonna be the thing. Oh, good stuff. Good stuff. Crazy, crazy stuff. Anyway, I think that's that for today. I think we did it. We did it, chat. We did it. So tomorrow I'll be doing Andor coverage to some degree. As I said, recorded or live. I'm probably gonna do live. I like doing live. I think it's nice, but having you guys around, just shooting back and forth. So I'll be watching the 2 episodes I haven't seen of Andor yet. The fact that I feel like nobody is talking about Andor at all means it's probably gonna be Like, it's probably not going to be super bad, but no one's really talking about it good or bad. So, might be a bit of a nothing burger. I heard that the last episode before this one was more build up, and I haven't heard anything about the recent episode, like, at all. I don't even know if any one of us has seen it yet. But I know the EFAP lads haven't seen it. But, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's a show that exists. I think that's pretty much it. Kind of interesting because as I said, I haven't heard anything about it. I don't even know if like Az or Gary or any of the lads have seen it because they're on top of that stuff all the time. I know that the EFAP homies haven't seen it yet because we're gonna be watching those for the recording at some point. But because we have to move that, I'm gonna be going a bit forward and watch it before the other boys. Because I'm just so rad. I'm just so fucking rad. Drinker's watching? Okay. Next episode might be a big one. Okay. Well, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. So yeah, I'll probably be live back here tomorrow with some Andor coverage. And yeah, I'll probably plan to do this like in late afternoon. So before EFAB releases. I think the one tomorrow is like a recorded one because Mutely doesn't have time. I think. Don't quote me on that. You will quote me on that because you're all evil people. So yeah, I'll make sure that's before that. And then I don't even know what I'm going to do after that. Maybe I'll just chill out. Maybe I'll do some gaming streams. Not sure. But yeah. Thank you everyone for hanging out. It's been a doozy. It's been fun. Thanks for the generous donations and super chats and all that good stuff. If you haven't, consider becoming a member. I would greatly appreciate it. It is unlocked. There's a tier for everyone. Even for you. Especially you, Frank. If you don't click that button, I'm going to find you. Anyway, thanks. Thank you, everyone. Thanks for your support. It's been a fun ride so far. And there's going to be more. See you around. Goodbye.